Hello, I'm Natalie. I'm currently in Earl's Court filming this video, so I can answer these three questions. Okay, number one, what do I think are the three most important qualities in a teacher? I would say, number one, understanding for the individual and the ability to be flexible in your understanding of the individual that's opposite you. I always find I can never ever treat one student the same as the next student, and I really have to be open-minded with what they need, how they learn, and who they are. So I guess that's an openness and an understanding that I'm looking for. The second one is passion for your subject. I think to do what you do, this applies to all industries, but I think to do what you do every day and instill a passion in somebody else, you absolutely have to have that yourself, and it has to be, I think, authentic and natural to you. I don't think you can force it, but that's something I really thrive on when I teach mathematics, which is like potentially something that nobody ever says. The third quality is organisation. I think you have to have a lot of resources, and I always keep lists, or rather a spreadsheet, for all of my students of where their gaps are, what we've ticked off, what we haven't, so that I always have a springboard for my lessons, and also springboard for my planning. My best experiences in teaching, there's not really like a single thing that comes to mind, but the thing that I've sort of discovered as it's gone on, I've really felt valuable as a tutor when I've kind of guided my students as people. I hope that doesn't sound too vague. I remember speaking to one of my students who's now in GCSE year, and we were just talking about exam technique and taking things one step at a time, reading one sentence, potentially forming an equation, reading the second sentence, how does that link to the equation before? But then we kind of got into it as a concept, and he kind of suddenly had this epiphany moment of, actually, that's just life, really, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Because I think he was a student who gets overwhelmed, panicked. So we kind of had this eureka moment where he's and it's been so nice to see. That was maybe 6 months ago when he was doing his springtime exams, or yeah, he's kind of brought it up repeatedly in our sessions, so I know it had an effect on him, and that makes me really proud. So something that has, I think, always fascinated students is within the topic that I tutor most, which is maths. I always talk about the golden ratio, phi, and how that applies to actually the human body, and how the golden ratio appears on your face and on your body, in your relating to your torso and your full body in total. And I always find it difficult to I always find it difficult getting students to understand pi as a number and how it relates to the world. But phi, the different one, the golden ratio, linking it to yourself and seeing maths on the human body, I think is always blows students' minds, and I love bringing that up whenever people are struggling with irrational numbers, for example. I got into teaching because I love mathematics, and I wanted to, I guess, instill that passion in other people and young people, and I've always valued education. I loved school. I think it affected me wildly in my adult life, and so I wanted to I guess deliver that to young people as well, and hope that when they get to my age they feel the same about education and knowledge and maths. I am also an actor, so when I left university, I did my BSc in mathematics. I did an MA in musical theatre, so I do both now. So sometimes I'm doing stage plays, sometimes I'm doing workshops, sometimes I go on set and do some screen work, and then I teach during term time.